start recording. Then I'm gonna share my screen. Yeah, I need everyone to participate at least once so I know you're here because I cannot see anybody's face, which is fine. But I need everyone to participate once so I know you didn't leave Zoom because then that's cheating and I'll mark you absent. But then after that, you can participate as much as you want. We are going to continue with this. It's called MidYear Assessment. If you did get your packet, I like this because it tells me where you guys are and what you need like help on and what you remember and then what you don't remember. So if you were here yesterday, we stopped on this marbles one when we were doing ratios, if you remember ratios. And then we're going to do question 9. And if I can, oh, I'm on the wrong thing. Guys, we only have question 9 to 15. So that's really only like 6 problems. So I definitely think we can get out early today. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. All right. The local green grocer, which is like the person who owns a grocery store. The local green grocer sells dry lentils. If you don't know what that is, don't worry about it. It's kind of food. In bulk at 4 pounds for $5. Construct a ratio/rate table to figure out how much 22 pounds would cost at this rate. So does anybody know how to write this part as a ratio? Does anyone feel free to raise your hand or, yep, you can do the chat box. Lentils, yes, it's like a bean chowdery thing that you cook in a pot. Yeah, I personally am not a fan of it, but yeah. Does anybody know how to do this as a ratio? Remember, ratio, you're gonna have this colon here. There's gonna be a number here and a number here. So does anybody know how to do this as a ratio? Anybody? Let's see. I forgot. Hey, at least you're honest. I appreciate that. And that's okay. That's why we're doing this, guys, so I can figure out what we remember and what we don't. So if you do remember, a ratio, it's like a team. If you've ever watched a single sport ever in your entire life, even if you don't like sports, you will always see a ratio because it'll be team A has 15 points, then you'll see the colon, team B has 30 points, and that's how you know which team is winning because you know which team has what points. That's the best example I can think of is because sports always use ratios. But in this case, it's telling us that for 4 pounds of this, it's $5. So we know 4 pounds or $5. So it's 4 ratio 5, or you could say 4 to 5. Okay, so now we have 22 pounds, which would be on this side because it's the pound side. Okay, boom. And we need to figure out how much it's going to cost. So 4 pounds 4 pounds is $5. So how much would 22 pounds be? Does anybody know how to do this or start this? Maybe, maybe not. No. Okay. That is fine. All right. Are you guys ready then? So first, the easiest thing to do would just see where we can go with multiples of 4. So if I know just based off of 4 pounds, I know multiples of 4 are 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, and 24. So, and then we'll figure out the middle here in just a sec. So I know that it is 4 to 5 for that one. So if I double it and I go to 8, what would this one be? What would 8 be? How much would that be worth? 8 pounds. If all I'm doing is I'm going down and I'm essentially doubling it or adding 4 basically. Anybody? Okay, that's okay. So if I have 4 pounds and then I go to 8 pounds, I doubled it. which means my $5 is now going to be $10. All right? Now, when I go to 8 to 12, I'm not doubling it. That would be 16. So I know 8 doubled is 16, which makes this $20. Okay? And then I don't know 16 doubled because I don't need that one over here. It's 16 doubled 32, and I don't have that. So I am adding $5 just about every time. Every 4 pounds is $5, so I'm going to keep adding $5. Oh, so I lied to you guys. I apologize. That one's my bad. But that means this would be $15 because for every 4 pounds, it's $5. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, bam, bam. Okay. And then 16 doubled, which is 20, then that means 32 would be 40, just so you know. So this is the ratio I have for this problem here, but I need to figure out how much 22 is, which means I'm in between these two, okay? I'm in between them, all right? Because if 20 pounds is $25, but 24 is $30, 22 is going to be in the middle, right? Hopefully you guys agree with me. So I need to figure out now 20, 21, 22, 20, oh God, that was ugly, and then 24. Okay, so I only know 2 of these, 25 and 30. Can we just count like normal? Let's find out. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. So no, we cannot just count like normal. We're not going to be able to just go 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and then 30. That would be perfect if that was possible, but we can't, which stinks. So that means we have 26, whoop, 2, what is that, 29 in here, right? 26, 27, 28, 29. So that's 4 numbers. And I got 3 numbers in between here. Okay. Let me check the chat box. Reham, 8 equals, oh, you guys have been participating this whole time. I am so sorry. I was not looking at the chat box. 8 equals 10, Reham is correct. 22 is 2750. Let's see if she is correct. Because remember, we need 22. Okay. And we know that this number is perfectly in the middle. So based on numbers here that are in the middle, 26, 27, 28, 29, the middle would be right here, which makes what Reham said correct. It is 2750. So Reham is correct, in case you guys are wondering. I'm personally curious if you could have done it this way. Just real quick, 22, oh, 22 over blank. 5 times 22 would be 110. And then 4 into 110. 4 goes into 11. 2 times 11 minus 8 is 3. Bring down the 0. 4 can go into 30. Oh my gosh, it does work. 7 times because that's 28. And then I have a remainder of 2. Remainder of 2, which would be 2 over 4, which is 0.5. Okay, cool. So you can do it this way, or you could do it that way. If you, sorry, I was just checking it. I didn't want to teach you something and then be wrong. But what I did is I cross multiplied. I had 4 over 5 because I had 4 out of 5. And then I had 22 over blank. We didn't know what it was. And then I just cross multiplied. So that gave me 5 times 22, which was 110, and then 4x. And then all I did, because 5 times 22 is 110, okay? And then I got 4x, so I need to figure out what 4 divided by 110 was, and it's the same exact answer. So guys, there's two ways to do this. You could have done cross multiply, or you simply could just kind of write it out and then just find the middle. Both ways work in this case. If your numbers get too big, this way just might take a little bit longer. But yeah, so boom, question 9. That was a lot. But thank you, Reham, for participating. I'm gonna go ahead and erase. And and then let's just keep it moving. And then hopefully we can continue to, I don't know, go maybe like a little quickly. All right. Package A has 1 dozen eggs and it costs $2.88. So if you can tell, we're doing ratios still. All right. Package B has 1.5 or 1.5 and it costs $3.88. Okay. Which package is a better buy? Excuse me. Which package is a better buy? All right. And then justify your answer. So basically, what you want to try and test is if I do it this way and do 1.5, and then I do it this way and just have 1, which one's better? What I like to do is do what we just did and just kind of double it for now, because that's the easiest way. We already know how to do it. So I know for a dozen eggs, so if I do 2 dozen eggs with this first one, all I have to do is double this, all right? So 288, excuse me, doubled. Off the top of my head, I don't know that one, so Mr. Hughes is gonna cheat and use a calculator. Times 2. So that gives us $5.76, okay? All right, now we have 1.5 to 3.88, okay? That times 2 would be 3, and then what would that be? 3.88 times 2, 7.76, okay? So, based on this, if we keep going on here, now that that's a 3, we have a common number we can get. So I'm going to add one more, which is another 288, which is 3 here. Okay, 288 plus 576. 288 plus 576 is 864. So for 3 dozen on this one, it's 864. For 3 dozen on this one, it's 776. So which one's the better deal? Mr. Hughes, the answer's so easy, I'm not even gonna raise my hand. Oh, okay, got it. I had no idea this was so easy for all of you. I'm so glad we're participating. Guys, the better deal is package B. All we did is we waited until we found the same number of dozen, which is like what you would do in a store if you were shopping. You would say, all right, I have 10 of this, I have 10 Dorito bags and then 10 knockoff Dorito bags. Which one's the better deal? Probably the knockoff ones. So that's what I did. With package A, I got the same number and the same number here. All right. Once I got to the same number of eggs, I just had to figure out the price. And since the price for the second one was better, it is package B. Okay. I saw someone chat something. Somebody, sorry, Mr. Hughes, I'm texting someone. Let me freaking type. Thank you for at least communicating, Sombridi. Everyone else, I need you to start participating. So that's why it's package B, just in case. Again, these are recorded. If you miss something or it's too confusing, you can always rewatch it on the YouTube channel, or talk about it with Miss Williams too today. Okay. Greatest common factor and least common multiple. Ooh, I remember doing this back in the old 6th grade classroom before I moved us up to my math room. So this is a throwback to see if you guys really remember this or not. Excuse me. All right. Greatest common factor, least common multiple. Which one do you want to do first? And the first person to say it by typing or raising their hand, that's the one we're doing. Deshaun, which one do you want to do first?
Least common multiple.
Cool. Okay, yeah, to me that one's the easiest as well. If you remember, 6 from here, to get 6, we can do 2 times 3. Okay. From here, you can't, 2 and 3 are the smallest you can get. We don't really do least common multiple as 1 because then everything, the answer would be 1, and that'd be stupid. So 8, what we can do is, 2 times 4, and then 4 can be 2 times 2. So what is the least common multiple that these numbers have in common? The smallest number you can get that they have in common. I see chats. Reham, 11A4, huh? Two. Yes, it is 2. So to me, least common multiple is the easiest one. Granted, they gave us easy numbers like 6 and 8. If you ever see least common multiple and then you have a number like 168 and 373, it's going to take you a little more time. But yeah, not too shabby, folks. All right. Also, if you do remember, just like a fun little reminder, the smallest numbers most numbers have in common is either 2, 3, or 5. Usually, that's usually the answer, because any even number can get back to 2. Any even number, all right? Most odd numbers can get back to 3, most. And if not, any multiples of 5 can always get back to 5. Sometimes this won't work, but usually it's all a 2, a 3, or a 5. Just so we remember. Okay, cool. So greatest common factor. This one's fun. This one is, Deshaun, what's up?
Oh, I wanted to answer 45.
You want to answer?
45, yeah.
Is the greatest common factor?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
So why do you think it's 45?
No, I'm going to answer 45. Like 5 times 9 equals 45.
Oh, I'm so sorry, buddy. I was like, what is he talking about? Yes. Okay, sorry. Yes. 5 times 9. Yes. And then 9 can be, anybody? 9 can get smaller. Deshaun, do you know that one?
Huh?
Does anybody know how 9 can get smaller?
3 times 3?
Yes. Okay. So, and then 75, hint, it ends in 5, so we can already do 5. But does anybody know what it is? All you gotta do is count on your hands. See one?
17.
You said 17?
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Guys, believe it or not, 17 is a prime number. So these two don't have a least common multiple, but that's fine because we need to find the greatest common factor with them. So we already know that these two numbers have 5 in common, but it wants us to figure out, can these numbers have any other numbers in common that are higher than 5? Okay, so it's literally the opposite of this. Least common wants to know the smallest number they have in common. Greatest common factor wants to know what is the largest number they can have in common. If I, right?
5 and 17 make 75? I thought it was 5 and 15.
15? Oh my gosh, it is 15. Um, it is 15, which then goes to 5 and 3. Woohoo! Sick. So yeah. Now that we have this, guys, does anybody know how we can get the greatest common factor easily? Because from here, we can get the greatest common factor like right now. No. So guys, I'll show you. Watch. Oh, I don't know if you can see my. Okay, so 5 times 15 equals 75. So that is correct. So to find the greatest common factor, do you guys know what we can do now? If you remember, we can find out these bottom numbers, which ones they have in common. So they both have a 5 in common, and they both have a 3 in common. Okay, and then that one would, that one's not going to count, which means all we have to do is do 5 times 3, and that gives us our greatest common factor. Does anybody know what it is? Deshaun?
15.
15. So guys, 15 is the largest number they have in common. Even if you did, which would take, it would take a little bit of time only because these numbers are a little bit bigger. Even if you went all the way down, 4 times 1, you can't really do times 2. I'm sure you could do, something times 3, and then something times 5, and something times blah, blah, blah. 15 is the largest number they will have in common. If you did it all like this, like all the way down. But yeah, so the easiest way to remember that though is to figure out what numbers they have in common and then just multiply them, and then you're good. So yeah, good job. All right. I feel like we're doing decent on time. So all right, let's keep going. Yeah, we only have a few more, guys. Yeah, 15 is the last one, so this is the last page. All right. Deshaun and Reham have participated a lot, so I am requiring everyone else to participate, and Siwan, sorry. And I at least know some Breedies here, just maybe not doing math with us, but I still need to hear from Chantel, Daisy, and Demetrius at some point. Reham, I don't think people remember a lot.
Mr. Hughes, my mom's calling. Can I answer?
Yes, you can. Thank you for telling me. Okay, guys. We are here. Estimate, then calculate. Meaning, the first one, estimate, it just wants us to guess, basically. And then calculate means we are allowed to use a calculator. Okay, so first we're going to round. Does anybody know how to round 10.045 other than Deshaun? And I don't get it. I'm so confused. Okay, that's fair. But remember, the best way to learn is to try. And if you fail, that's not time to wallow in, oh, I failed. That's time to learn and grow, because from failing, we get better. All right, Mr. Hughes did not become a good artist overnight. I had to fail a bunch and get better. So you have to fail at math to get better at math, believe it or not. Just letting you guys know. So 10.045. Does anybody know how to estimate that? Remember, estimates to the next whole number. So do we estimate up or down? Some Breedy, how do I estimate that?
I'm not clearly sure, but you said round. Yeah. I don't know.
So remember, if we're rounding, guys, we want a whole number, so we don't want decimals. So 10.045 is closest to what whole number? 10 or 11?
I don't 10.
10, yes. Because, and to quote somebody, 0.4 or less, let it rest. 0.5 or more, add one more. Okay? So we're rounding, and you want a whole number when you're rounding.
But where do we round?
You literally just round up or down to the next whole number for our
Wait,
estimate.
what number though?
What?
I don't get it.
So if our number, guys, is 10 point anything, if it's 10 point whatever, 10 point anything is in between the number 10 and 11, which means we're
Why
either going to
11?
round it, we're going to round it this way or we're going to round it that way.
Okay.
Okay? So,
Mm-hmm.
so in this case, it's small, so I went ahead and rounded to 10, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And chat box something? Chat box, same. That's fine. I would rather you guys try and fail than do nothing. I need to make sure you're here. All right, so I rounded to 10. Now I'm going to add 32.8 blah, 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 blah. Okay, 32 point whatever is in between two numbers. What two numbers are they in between? I'm not going to call on Deshaun. No offense, but he and Reham have participated a decent chunk. Okay, 32 can go this way or that way. What two numbers is 32.88 in between? It can only be in between two numbers. Take a guess. Somebody?
33.
Okay, 33. Yep, it's going to go on this side. Good. Yep, 32 point anything can go in between 33 and then one more. Someone else. 30. So that's close. I mean, 32.8 is in between 31 and 33. But there's a better number to put over here that 32.8 is in between. And that is going to be 32, believe it or not. Because this number right here, since it's a whole number, this is 32.00, and this is 33.00. And then this is 32 point something. So that means the next whole number is either 32 or 33. And since it's an 8, and we look up here, remember somebody taught me this? 0.4 or less, let it rest, 0.5 or more, add one more. Is this 0.5 or more or 0.4 or less? It's okay. Guys, I really don't want to have to call on Deshaun again. I would like to hear from someone new. Even if it's wrong, I want to know you're trying. And if you don't try, we're not getting out early, guys. Reham and Deshaun cannot carry you all the way. C1.
32.900.
Okay, you rounded up to the next hundredth. What would the next whole number be?
32.
No.
33.
Yes, because look, it's 0.8, which means it's on this side. 0.5 or more, add one more. Okay, 0.8 is much closer to the next number than it is to the previous number, which means our estimate is going to be 10 plus 33, which is 43. And now we're allowed to calculate. So if we do 10.045 plus 32.882, okay, equals 42.927. Is that number close to 43? 42 point.
Yes.
Yes, it is, which means we estimated correctly. Okay? So, yeah. All right? Good. Let's keep going. All right? Remember, estimate. All right? 49.62. And I'll try and make this one a tad easier. I will let you know you can only estimate this number to 49 or 50. You literally have a 50-50 chance of getting this right, guys. So I should see more hands up. You have to estimate this down to 49 or up to 50. Okay, I'll call on C1.
50.
50, yes, because 0.6 is higher than 0.5. 0.5 or more, add one more. So yes, so it'd be 50 times, and then 8.4, I'll give you a hint again. 8.4 can only round to 8 or 9. To 8 or 9. You guys have a 50-50 chance of getting this. I need to hear from Daisy, Chantel, or Demetrius. You literally have a 50-50 chance of getting this right. And we are not moving forward until Demetrius, Daisy, or Chantel answers this. I will sit here for the next 27 minutes. I'll check the chat box. Reham, I appreciate you. However, I'm not doing anything until Chantel, Demetrius, or Daisy answers this question.
Can I do it?
No. We will sit here for 27 minutes. I need one of you to participate.
Can somebody help one of them or something?
I can help. Answered. I can help. And that's what I've been trying to do, is to tell you with 8.4, you can only round it to 8 or 9 based on this up here. If your number ends, here, I'll make this a little easier so that way you guys aren't as stressed to participate. Guys, if it's 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, it's on this side. And then if it's 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, 0.8, 0.9, it's on this side. Okay? In case you forgot, because we talked about that when we were in school. So if this one's 8.4, which is right there, what number am I rounding 8 or 9 to? Chantel, Daisy, or Demetrius only? Sorry. I need one of them to participate so I know they're here. Because how do I know they're here? They could be away. They could be texting on their phone. They could be playing video games. They could be watching TV. I need to know that they're here, or else I'm marking them absent. 8. Thank you, Daisy. Yes, it is 8. Amazing. Yes. At 0.4, right here, this is the side that goes back. So it's 8. Good job. Thank you so much. Okay, cool. So 50 times 8, which is basically 5 times 8 with a 0, it's 400, just so you know. All right. And then we literally are allowed to use a calculator. Okay, so we're going to do 49.62 times 8.4. All right, which gives us 416.8. 416.8. Boom, 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 boom. 416.8. Are those pretty close? I would say so. They're pretty close to each other. Yeah, especially because they're in the hundreds, so I would definitely say they're pretty close to each other. Okay? Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, all right. Next one, 225.0. Sorry, I'll add that to the list over here. 225.0 something, and then 3.8. What are these estimated numbers? And this time it has to be Demetrius or Chantel. Daisy already got her participation point. And if you remember, everyone has to participate at least once. And then hint, this one can only be 225 or 226. Just like this one can only be 3 or 4. Oh my gosh, what is happening? Nope. Has to be Chantel or Demetrius. Because I will mark them absent, I need to know that you're here. And I will wait. Demetrius, yes.
Hold on, can you repeat that?
Yes. So when we're rounding 225.06, are we rounding it to 225 or 226 based on this?
226.
Okay, that was a good guess.
225.
Yes, it is 225, only because it's 0.0 something, and 0.0 is over here on the let it rest side, which means we just take the decimal off. And now for this side, 3.8 is on this side, the 0.8 side, on the add one more side. So is it going to go down to 3 or up to 4?
Up to 4.
Up to 4, exactly. See? You guys got this. Awesome. All right, so dun 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 draw. So then this one would be 4 divided by 225. All right, I know 4 goes into 20 5 times. Boom, left with the 2, bring down the 5. 4 goes into 25 6 times. 1 with a remainder of 1. Okay, so I got 56 remainder 1. Then I'm going to actually divide it like the actual one. So what is that? 225.06 divided by 3.8. Boom. I got 59.22. I would say that's pretty close. 59.2. That's pretty close to, oh my gosh, what is happening? Boop. But yeah, all right. So it's not horrible. I can definitely, I'm definitely proud of us for getting through the rest of this earlier. So I know that, like, I know where to start. If estimating decimals and all this is tough, I know like where I can start on Monday, okay? And I can totally review this. Guys, it's also good to know what you struggle with because I don't want to give you homework on things that are too hard for everyone. If Deshaun and Reham are the only two that feel confident in rounding, and then I give you all homework, and then no one does it except Deshaun and Reham, I'm going to be confused and be like, well, they didn't ask any questions, so I just thought they could do it. That's the opposite of what I want. I want to make sure I know if you can't do it or if you don't think you can do it, so that way I don't give it to you as homework because I don't want to give you homework you're going to fail at. I would feel like a horrible teacher. So knowing that rounding is something that you guys might want to practice more, that lets me know I can do this as classwork instead of homework. So again, that's why it's good to participate or fail or whatever it is, you know. All right, guys, we literally have these left. Let's see how fast we can do it. Maybe 25% of 80, and then 5 is blank percent of 25. Okay. Does anybody Buddy, if we didn't remember how to round, I'm assuming we probably don't remember how to do this. Does anyone remember how to do this? Do a thumbs up emoji. Because if not, then I'll skip it for today, and then I will make sure I like do a lesson on this on Monday. Kinda. Okay. Got one person, and then I don't see any thumbs up emojis. So I'm going to say that, this is something we should review. So we'll review 13. I do know. Okay. Got one person who's confident and one person who's in the middle. And then someone who's not confident. Okay, got it. All right. Okay, cool. Well then how about this? Do you guys remember how to do PEMDAS? Remember? Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Parentheses, exponent, multiply, divide, add, subtract. Do we remember that? Chantel, yes. Deshaun, yes. Demetrius and okay, cool. So we don't need to review that. Okay, good. I'm glad we remember that. Awesome. Okay, cool. So good. We know that. So that means possibly this C. Okay, cool. So I could possibly do this as homework then, or pick stuff like this for homework. So that's good. And then do we remember greater than, less than, and equal to? Do you remember that one? Thumbs up emojis or comments? Demetrius remembers, cool. Whatever the answer to 80 divided by 4 is the answer. Okay, oh, I left, right, someone said something. A little, okay. So we kind of remember this one. Everyone seemed pretty confident in this, so that's good. We can review percents, and then review greatest common, and then estimate. I think that'll be a good start. Not bad, guys. Overall, excuse me, then, like for this whole thing that we've been doing all week, I feel like we did mean and median pretty well. We did this bar chart or histogram together, I think, pretty good. I skipped box and whisker because I remember all of us, including Mr. Hughes, like having trouble with that. So I'm gonna, yeah, I'll skip that for now. I feel like we did line charts pretty good. And then dividing fractions and proper fractions, mixed numbers. Cool. So guys, so now that I know, I'm gonna ask you guys to put in the chat box, what in here do you think we should review more, other than these last ones, like greater inequalities, which is that. These are just percents. This is rounding. Okay, we did greatest common factor, least common. Okay, we did ratios. Okay, we did dividing fractions, improper and mixed numbers. We did line charts, histograms, and mean and median. So what do you guys want to review on? Like, what is it that you want to remember? So got one, ratios. Okay, I will make sure to write that down. Okay, so review ratios. Okay, I can do that. Anybody else? All you have to do is just type it. Just type something you were like, hey, can we review that a little bit more? Other than the ones that I division for fractions, I can do that. Okay, I'll write that down too. Okay, and then I'm also writing what we did today, so rounding, review. That's fair, just review a good chunk of it. I'm writing down ratios, dividing fractions, rounding, and then inequalities. So then since I'm not seeing anything else, I'm going to just assume you guys understand mean and median. I'm gonna say you guys understood how to do this histogram, which was just charting all these, dollars that we did on Monday. I think you guys did the line chart honestly really good. I don't remember anybody struggling with that. What else? Then today was ratios, rounding, and then percents. That's right. Okay. Okay, so now I know what to have us practice. But everything else, I'm assuming we feel pretty good in. Forgot the line chart. Okay. Okay, I'll write that down too. Okay, boom. Okay, not bad, guys. That's okay, guys. I totally get it because we haven't had school for like 5 weeks, so like you're bound to forget some stuff. So I get that. Don't worry. We're gonna catch through it. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and stop sharing. So then, guys, one. Be on the lookout for your homework for tonight then. I haven't assigned it yet because I wanted to know like what I know it has felt like years because I wanted to know what you guys specifically needed to like work on and I wrote it all down. So then I'll assign your homework today. But other than C1 and then Chantel for one day, I don't have any homework turned in for anybody else. Okay? So I need you guys to be doing your homework. Yesterday, I fixed everyone's login, and I fixed everybody's websites, which means everyone should have access to Freckle, IXL, and Edpuzzle. So a lot of your homework's already due, so it's going to be late. You will get a late grade. It's 5 points off for every day that you missed, unless you have like an excused absence like Chantel. She was sick yesterday. Her mom told me she was sick yesterday. So she's excused from one day missing kind of thing, if that makes sense. But everyone else, you're going to want to turn in that homework as soon as you can because like 5 points off's a 95, you're still passing, sure. You missed one day, whatever. Two days off is a 90. 3 days off's an 85, so that's a B. Then an 80. Then a 75, that's a C. Then a 70, a 65, that's a D. 60, that's an F. 8 days. If you're late 8 days and you get all the homework correct, you'll still fail. Just so you know. And your parents will see that, Miss Ben will see that, Miss Perez will see that. All right? It takes 8 days for you to fail, even if you do your homework perfectly, which is why today, when you're one-on-one with me or Miss Williams, it is time to ask us those questions. That's when you're supposed to say, hey, Mr. Hughes talked about percents. Mr. Hughes talked about ratios. Mr. Hughes talked about dividing fractions. I need help on those. Okay? I couldn't do the one-on-one the other day. Okay, that's fine. So today, my Zoom's going to stay up until 2 o'clock. So you literally just hop on my Zoom from 12 to 2. I'm going to be here all day. Okay, my Zoom's just going to stay right here. Okay, so if you cannot connect with Miss Williams, connect with me. Mine's just going to pop up. And it's going to be the same for 5th grade. People are just going to be able to come in, ask questions, and then I'm gonna do them one at a time, kind of thing. So yeah, make sure you ask because you don't want to have to turn in your homework 8 days late and then fail even though you got it all right. That's gonna suck if that happens. And if that's happening because you just simply are confused or have questions, don't let that stop you. You need just ask for help. So today, one-on-one with me or Miss Williams. That's your goal because your homework needs to be turned in before Monday because what is that? If the Monday homework's late, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, that's 4, so 5, 10, 15, 20. So the highest grade you can get on Monday's homework right now is an 80 if you get it all right. That's a B, so that's not bad. But if you wait all the way till next Monday, So then what is that? Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 6. 6 times 5, 30. 100 minus, that's a 70. That's almost a D. The highest grade you can get on your homework Monday is a D if you wait. All right? So, can't do that. All right? Oof. Daisy, I can help you because you weren't here yesterday when I was helping everybody else, so I'll write your name down. And then Daisy, I will text you all of your stuff. Because that's what I did yesterday with a lot of students. So Daisy, just check your phone later. I'll have all your stuff ready. I just have to hack everybody's stuff. But yeah, guys, that's it. Go ahead and Zoom with Miss Dela Cruz. Do your homework. Join me for Zoom or Miss Williams for Zoom from 12 to 2. And I hope you guys have a good weekend if I don't get to see you.
I thought you said Miss